All right, y'all. The moment of truth. It's finally here. Man, I've been speaking on this young lady for the longest. We finally got our schedules right where we can finally come together and just bring this history, this greatness to the world. I just want to let y'all know, man, this young lady that I'm about to bring to the table today, she's so powerful in everything that she do. Everything that she touches, she's powerful. And she's highly respected in the city. And I just want y'all to give a round of applause to the boss herself, Miss Janay White. Come on in, girl.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Oh, man. So we gonna touch on so many different levels today. First and foremost, we just want the world to know what is it that you do and how did you get started and what motivated you to get to this place where you at right now to this day.
Okay, well, that's a lot of questions.
I know, right?
The first one, what do I do? Right now I'm doing anything and everything that I want to do.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I got started in doing credit first.
Okay.
I used to work 2 jobs for over 10 years.
Oh.
So one of my jobs was at Department of Children and Families.
Okay.
I've done everything there.
Right.
So I was an investigator, fraud investigator, public assistance, caseworker, social worker, you name it. I did it at the Department of Children and Families. And a lot of my clients used to tell me that I was different from the rest of the social workers.
Right.
So whatever I could do to help a client, and not take a child away or not cut food stamps off, I would do it. So in learning and fixing my own credit, I would kind of help my clients and tell them, hey, if you get your credit right, it will make life easier. You could get that car you want. You could get a way back and forth to work and a reliable way to, have your kids to daycare and school. Right. So you won't lose your job. You won't need welfare. So people will always say, like, okay, you're different. So I was like, well, how can I continue to serve and help my clients, but also grow and not work 2 jobs forever? Right. So word kind of got around that, hey, she knows a lot about credit. She's very passionate about it. And so kind of by accident, my credit business started. As I was learning how to grow my credit business, I started dibbling and dabbling in other businesses. I also acquired a concrete business, and I created a construction business, a real estate business, an Airbnb business, a tour road business, rental cars. So that is all of what I do right now.
Oh, my God.
And what were the other questions?
I mean, I'm just right here right now. I'm just, I'm like saying to myself, you got to be smart. It's all I do. You know what I mean? To come up with all of these things, And I always tell people all the time that, I wish I had the brain, you know what I mean? Like you got.
So that's funny that you say that, because for years I was like, what can I do? Like, what's my purpose, God? Because I don't have any talents. Right. Like, I can't cook. I can't do hair. I can't do nails, all that good stuff. Right. So I was like, for the longest, like, dang, I know I don't want to work 2 jobs forever. Right. But what can I do that is specific to me and my talents? And the Lord kind of just hit me upside the head and was like, you have a brain. You're really, really, really intelligent. Right. I always scored high scores on my test. I always went to the best schools. So it finally hit me, in my 30s that, hey, use your brain, because everybody isn't blessed with the brain.
I know, man. And that's me. That is me. Yeah, that's me. SLD. You hear me? Man, so that's why, and you know what, it's so crazy, because I tell people that all the time. I say, if you born in the world smart,
yes,
that right there should take you out of poverty.
Yes. Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
And I had to find my passion later on, because I was really great at football, but I had seizures and
health issues.
So that detoured me from that.
Okay.
So I had to in tune within myself. Channel
your inner talent.
There you go.
Bring those your comedy and
that's it. And then you feel me?
Movies.
You feel me? So I had to really use what I could do that make me feel good and everything, because I didn't have the brain that you got.
Yes, well, that's what it's about. The Lord says gifts come without repentance.
Right.
So I had to realize that I was just born really, really, really smart. I'm thankful for it.
Man.
And I tell people that all the time. One of the things that makes me smart is I love to read. My aunt used to take me to the thrift store. Like every weekend, that was our field trip. That was our outing. We used to go to the thrift store, and I had to go. They had like a little book section.
Oh, for real?
So I had to go in the book section. I would buy like 4 or 5 books when I was like 8, 9 years old. I had to read the Bible every week.
What?
Yeah, I had
So
to go to. My aunt was an usher, so I was in sunrise service, regular service, night service, Wednesday night service. So I had to do a lot of reading of the Bible. I had to. She just always educated me on reading and just like always feed your brain. She was a real stickler on education, and now that I'm older and I see how far reading has got me, I still read like every day, all day. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time. Like I see why when we were slaves, they used to poke our eyes out for reading and trying to get the knowledge. And why they didn't want us to vote and all those things, because that is where the true wealth lies. It lies, like every answer is in a book. Like 99% of what I know, I got it from reading. So anytime I want to know something, I'm like, okay, I'm interested in this business. Let me start reading and researching. Let me go on websites. Let me go to the library, check out some books. Let me listen to some ebooks about it. Let me see who's done it. Let me go on YouTube and look at some videos. And I like to start from the back. A lot of people like to look at the newest videos. Now I want to look at the older videos. What were you preaching about before you had that huge audience? Where you was just trying to get in? That's where the real gems are.
Yeah, that's real. That's real. So what you tell the people who can't read, get the books that
read to you, the audio books. So I got this thing, like when I'm in the car, it ain't no music. We not listening to music. Like my kids know that. We're listening to audio books. Like we're feeding our brain. We're listening to YouTube channels about credit, about credit cards, about banks, about how to buy real estate with no money. So that's what we're doing. That's what I'm feeding my children. And even looking at their mindset, how different their mindset is than mine was at their age. It's like, oh, they're gonna be set for life.
That's real. That's real talk. Yeah. So what do you so the people that you have around you, are they just like you? Because sometimes people under you can make your name bad, so to speak. If they're not doing everything that you say that you're doing with your company and your brand, and then you have these people that's up under you that might say, I want to, she already such, you know what I'm saying? I want to get because you have those greedy people. It's like in the streets. If the person who got it all, you know what I mean? And then you got somebody looking at them like, well, she's doing
what you do deserve this.
You feel what I'm saying?
I ain't got that.
Right. So, do you have those type of people who's doing what you say that you're gonna do? Do you have those people under you that's just like you, that's making it right for you?
So I have every type of person around me because I understand. Like I say, I'm in my 30s. I'm 35. I'm just getting into, like, I've been full-time entrepreneur for 2 years. So I'm a baby in this, really.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, but I do understand, like, if you would have threw all this stuff at me 10 years ago, I wasn't ready to receive it. My mind was on 401k. My mind was on retirement. And I want to work somewhere for health insurance. And I want free benefits. And I want free benefits when I retire. So I do understand that this is not everybody's path, and everybody isn't going to receive it. It's not everybody's time to receive it. So I still love my friends and my family members that are like that. And I also feel like I have friends who are doctors and lawyers and pharmacists. So we need those too. I don't want everybody doesn't have to be an entrepreneur, but they'll still come to me and they like, sis, I want an Airbnb, or can you show me this? I'm still gonna work over here, but I still want an investment property. So that's kind of how it balances out. Then I have my friends and family members and mentees that, hey, they was working a 9-to-5 just like me. Now they're into full-time entrepreneurship, making 6-7 figures. So I have every person around me, because you just need that. Everybody has their own journey, and truth be told, entrepreneurship is not for everybody.
Right.
It's so many demons come with it.
Right.
And by that, I mean, it's different. You're breaking generational curses.
Right.
You're doing something, like I know me, I'm one of the first entrepreneurs, full-time entrepreneurs in my family.
Right.
Especially that's doing it at this level. Like I'm the first person in my family to have to be on a billboard.
Yeah.
I'm the first person in my family to touch $1 million. I'm the first person in my family to own so many investment properties.
Yeah.
I'm the first person in my family to get an Airbnb.
Yeah.
I'm the first person in my family to have rental cars and things like that. So the devil is gonna come at you because now you're breaking generational curses. You're changing the mindset of so many people before you, so many people that's coming up after you. So all hell just gonna break loose.
Yeah.
Like when you try to do any good thing, you know, you ever woke up and say, you know what, I'm gonna take my child some cake and ice cream to school today.
I ain't never thought of that,
but anytime you think to do something good, it's like, dang, I was finna go do this and go surprise this girl with some flowers and now my car won't crank up.
Yeah.
So just think about that when you go to do good little stuff. Now you talking about changing the mindset of generations upon generations upon generations.
Yeah.
And so I know it's not gonna be easy, but I always ask myself, you know, who better than me?
Yeah, that's real. And I you know, like I say, I've been watching you from the time you came to my first comedy show. But that was your first comedy show, seeing me, and it's just been nothing but love.
Yes, always.
You know what I mean? And my cousin, she loves you like never before.
Yes.
Angela,
shout out to Angela and Ralph.
You know what I'm saying? So they
Full
all,
Adventure Rentals.
you feel me? And it's just seeing you grow, seeing the success, you know, and how far you came. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to start my podcast, because since I've started my podcast, you know, it brings me joy to be able to bring people like yourself on the show to pretty much give some light on a lot of things, because a lot of people might want to do what you do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But they might not have the brain.
Yes.
But they passionate about it.
And they might have the money, they might have the credit.
Right.
People have to look at things too. Like, we got to work together as a puzzle.
Right.
The thing I love, what you just touched on, I'm going to touch on it a little bit more. You said, I came to your comedy show. Yeah. I came to support. I came to laugh as well. Yeah. But I came to support. Like, we got black men in our city doing comedy. They're not murdering. They're not out robbing, stealing. What, you know, trying to get over on people. They doing comedy, doing what they love, and making other people feel good. So it's like, how can you not support that? Now, when I came, that was 2 years ago during the pandemic. Yeah. When I came, I had no idea we would be here today, but it just shows how everything comes back full circle. Yeah. And so that's why when I do things, I try to do things with a good heart. I try to do things with the right mind, because, you know, you never know how those pieces of those puzzles going to come back together. You know, like I said, you're doing movies, you might be like, Jay White, you need a quick cameo. But
you feel me? And I ain't lying, I'm telling you, because the thing is, man, it's hard to find good, genuine people like yourself. Yes. You know, people always want to, you know, they say they proud of you, but they really not proud of you. They just surprised that you continue to keep making the moves that you make.
Let's touch on that.
You hear me? Go ahead, girl.
It just be so many rumors in the city, and it's hurtful. So I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I've been in Jacksonville all 35 years. My mama live here. All my aunties, all my grandma children still live in Jacksonville. I got so many cousins. Like, I got a lot of family in Jacksonville. Then you talking about going to school. I got so many friends, so many classmates. I always played sports. Oh, man. So I always, you know, just growing up, I know a lot of people. Right. So that was another thing that played a good part in my success, is that when people that I grew up with in the project saw what I was doing, they're like, oh, we got, just because it's you, we're going to support you. Right. Then you mix that, you know, with this person, and you meeting this person over the years. And when I was working in corporate America, helping so many people and serving, you just end up knowing a lot of people. So a lot of people like, oh, well, this is what you're supposed to be doing anyway. You always had a good heart. You always been smart and hardworking. So we want to support you. It feels good to see somebody that looks like us and comes from where we come from. So it's like when you make it, and then that support starts turning into hate. And it hurts so bad. And it's like, this the same people that I was helping. Like, these the same food stamp cases that I was
putting on their food,
that I was saying, no, I'm not gonna close you down. And y'all making fake pages about me.
That hurts.
Man,
it hurts.
But you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. Just and sitting back watching, I'm a very logical person, so I always try to look at things from both ends of the spectrum.
Right.
Just like I said, even when I look at myself and the people that are around me, everybody's not gonna jump. Oh, just because Janay did this, they may have a mindset. Well, she's one out of a million.
Right.
So I have to understand that, even me 10 years ago, I didn't know about these things. I would have never tried these things 10 years ago.
Right.
So I look at it from other people's perspective. Like, well, we grew up and we never seen black women talk about money in the way that I talk about money. Right. We never seen black women talk about credit the way that I talk about credit. Like what we was taught, women to be seen and not heard. You sit down, you shut up, you do what a man tells you to do. Right. You go to work every day, you take care of your kids, and that's your life.
Right.
But I'm coming in like, no, black women, we can live in luxury. Right. We can raise our kids in luxury. We can pop our ish that we work hard for and that we achieve these things legally, that we did not sleep on our back to get, that we did not have to mess over the next black woman or black man to get, that we did not have to set up anybody, we did not have to sell drugs. Right. You don't, when you do things right, you deserve.
Come on, man.
You deserve to pop your ish and live in your truth, because guess what? Somebody else is watching and saying, you know what? I could be this, and this, and I can be happy about it.
Right.
Because why am I working so hard to achieve these things if I got to sit in a box and be quiet?
Right.
Like, I can't be happy for myself.
Come on, man.
I can't be happy that my mama had me. My mama got pregnant with me when she was 13 years old.
Oh, man.
My mama had me at 14.
Oh, my God.
I can't be happy that I didn't have a baby at 14 years old like my mama did. Yeah. I can't be happy that I was never on Section 8 and food stamps and I'm breaking that chain.
Come on now.
So it's just like you do things for your people to show your people that, hey, not all of us like this.
Right.
And we can come from this and rise up out of it. And it's like, well, people don't want to hear that for some reason.
I don't understand it. It's crazy because I'm trying to be the first in my family, to break that generational curse as well, with all the things that I'm doing. And sometimes I get to myself and I break down because I feel like, I finally got to this point. Even with I'm at a situation right now. I don't speak on it too much, but I have an R&B artist that we finally got to the label, and it's still a lot of work.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we
Congratulations.
still and it's
is it somebody I know?
No, he's from Atlanta.
Okay.
And but you go know him because hey, I definitely want him to do some of your events.
I love that.
He's awesome. He's a singer, R&B singer, and his vocals is on a whole nother level. He sings opera, German, Italian, and Spanish. So he can sing it all.
Very talented.
Real talented.
Yes.
I never seen nobody like that. And so to make a long story short, I told my mom the other day, I was like, Mom, I finally got my artist to that point. And the button hasn't been pushed to go past the line yet. But I understand what T-Pain and what they doing. They trying to see how loyal we is, for one.
Yes.
They seeing can he write a hit record? The work that he's putting in, is he one of them artists that's gonna bow out? You know what I mean? And it's a what's the word I'm looking for when you have to work? They not just
process.
It's a process. They're not gonna just give it to you.
Ain't nobody who's successful is giving away success. You gotta earn it. And that's what people don't understand. You see all the chatter. Yeah. Oh, they only got this because they popular. Right. They only got this. They only successful because of this. Yeah. And I just be laughing like, people who successful, I want to know who else has that fight in them like I did. Right. Because guess what? When you get to the top, and I ain't even saying I'm at the top yet, but I'm trying to get there. You're at the top. But when you get to the top, it's 5 million. If you see my inbox, oh man, I get thousands of inboxes every day. What? So it's like, when people come in my inbox, what makes you different than the other 1,000 people in my inbox? It's just like I used to tell people when I used to work for DCF, you get numb to it because I heard that all day for 10 years. I'm hungry. Okay, everybody in my caseload is hungry.
Yeah.
I'm hungry doing your case.
Yeah.
So it's like,
you hungry doing your case.
Right. It's like you get numb, which you shouldn't, but you get numb to certain things. Right. It's just like when you have a baby and your baby crying all night, it's like in a little bit, that cry don't even, and they'll go to sleep.
After a while, they'll cry themselves to sleep.
So it's just like that when people want a chance. Everybody want a chance, and your artists prove that, hey, you need to invest in me.
Right.
Not only your money, but your time. And that's what everything is about when you're trying to get to where somebody is.
Yeah.
Why should they invest their time in you?
Right.
Are you going to give them your money in exchange for their time?
Right.
Are you going to barter with them? Do you have something to bring to the table to get their attention so they too can bring you up, to where they are?
So that's why I had to, and then, shout out to Young Cash, because he was the reason that we at where we at. I have to shout him out because for years I've been coming to him for certain things.
Yes.
And I finally got something that he likes, and he's like, look, cuz we gotta get a hit.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Cash his flowers.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him because he's showed me that he's a man of his word, and I love him so much, man. And I know he gets a lot of emails and a lot of text messages, as well.
He an OG in the game.
For real.
He's been in the game a long time. He one of the first from Duval.
That's what I'm saying.
People talk about stuff, but they forget to mention that.
He is the GOAT for real. Yeah. He's on tour right now with T-Pain.
Nice.
And T-Pain finally gave him his Nappy Boy chain live on stage.
I know that's
so
right.
Just because he was staying down so long with T-Pain, and he was so loyal to T-Pain. T-Pain used to come here and sleep on the sofa.
Oh, wow.
So these are the things that they talked about this, so it is true. And the fact that he stayed down, and now he's reaping the benefits.
From seeds he was planting 10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Real talk. So, I just, the thing is, what made me want to start this podcast, because what you're doing is motivating the next person.
Thank you.
And a lot of people think about giving up.
Everybody thinks about giving up. I mean, it's natural. I think about it all the time, in a negative way and in a positive way. It's days I say, well, why I'm still doing this? Why I'm still dealing with customers and backlash? And, you've become successful and you know how to keep going. And you've had that safety net to where, okay, if I don't do anything else for the rest of my life, I'm good.
Right.
You thinking about giving up in that way? Have I reached the highest level of success that I want to reach and deal with stuff? Or is it too hard? Is entrepreneurship too hard? Is it too many demons? Is it too many dealing with other people and their personalities? Is it too much networking? Is it too many events? Is it too much time away from your children? Is it too much highs and lows? So, I think it's natural, but that's what separates the doers and the don'ts, the haves and the have-nots.
That's real.
How many of you gonna actually give up?
Right.
And how many gonna keep going and fighting a good fight and saying, no, a business will never, ever, 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 ever take me out.
Right.
If the stuff that I done been through back in the day ain't take me out, if two jobs couldn't take me out, I'd be dang if a business that I control, that I get up and make my own day, that I created, can take me out.
Come on.
Nah.
Hey, and then, this is what you love.
This is what I love.
You know what I mean? And that's what makes it so much better. Because you're getting up every day doing what you love.
What you love to do.
I haven't left my 2 jobs yet. I got nice jobs, but at the end of the day, it's like, and I don't want them. But I know it has to continue to feed my family. I'm able to live a great life, off of those 2 jobs. Don't get me wrong, but that's not my passion. And it's like every day that I get up, I'm kind of lagging a little bit. But when it's time to go to the set,
you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
And and I really and truly, I never thought I was gonna be a comedian. I wanted to do film first.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
But that feeds
into it. Yeah.
I never thought I would be doing credit.
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna be a police officer. Then once so first I was supposed to be a pharmacist.
Right.
Then I was in the military. I got kicked out of the military for getting pregnant before boot camp. But that's another story.
Okay.
I was in the Navy.
Okay.
But then I was gonna be a police officer. So actually, before I was working my 2 jobs, I was working 2 jobs and I was going to college.
Right.
But I ended up, dropping out of college.
Dang. But listen.
So yeah.
Kanye West said it. Kanye West said it.
College dropout. That's
college
me.
dropout,
and
man.
He a Gemini like me.
And he a billionaire. So that's you next to be a billionaire. We're gonna speak that in the name of Jesus.
I claim it.
Come on now. The next billionaire. And guess what? She's on the show. And I really do know her. You feel me? And so explain to the world about how the credit thing works, because a lot of people say, well, they didn't apply for credit one time to get their credit repaired, but the things come back on.
That's a good question. Oh, I love that. Let's dig into that.
Okay.
So let's dig into credit, especially credit in 2022. And I hate this, that black people, and we just going to talk about the elephant in the room.
Right.
Our community has a misconception that they can do whatever they want to their credit, and they can pay somebody, and we can use me as an example.
Okay.
They're going to pay me, and I'm going to wave my magic wand, and whatever they did is going to get deleted, right?
Right.
So let's say you go to the car lot today, and you buy a car, and you sign those papers. Yes, I want this car. I want this 2022 Mercedes-Benz, and the car note is $700 a month, and I got to pay y'all $700 a month for 5 years. And then you default on that contract. So now you owe the bank, let's say $50,000. The bank has loaned you the money to buy this car based on the fact that you're going to pay them back that $700 a month consistently for 5 years. Well, now you default. They come pick up their car, but they have to let everybody else know, don't loan Tony D any money to buy a car, because this contract that he had with us, he did not fulfill that contract. Okay, but guess what? You want another car now, because you done saw somebody on Facebook post that they got a new car.
Right.
Or you want to buy a house now, because somebody else on Facebook done posted that they got a house.
Right.
Or you want a high limit credit card that Jay White be posting about all the time. So okay, let me go to Jay White. I did have this car. You probably still got the car.
Right. Yeah.
And I did not fulfill the contract. So I'm going to hire Jay White, and she's going to make this car go away. And I'm going to be able to go get me a new car and a new house.
Right.
That is the furthest. That's crazy. That's ludicrous.
Yeah.
If the world worked like that,
right,
the economy would be shot. Y'all think we finna go into a recession.
Right.
The economy would be shot. It would stay shot, because number one, that's how banks make money. Banks don't make money by you putting your money into an account and saying, okay, well, now I'm going to take all the money and pay all my bills with it. They make money when you borrow money. So that's why they love people with money who can pay the money back.
Right.
They make money off of interest. So when you get that house and you say, I'm going to pay on this house for 30 years and I got the loan for $100,000, I'm going to pay y'all back $150,000. That's how banks make money, off of their loan products. So when people default on loans, they cause the bank a loss. So now you can't come to Jay White and say, you know what, I know I caused Navy Federal a loss, the biggest bank in the country, and probably in the world. I caused Navy Federal a loss, but Jay White, I want your little behind. I'm going to give you $99 or $400 and make this $50,000 car loan go away. So what credit repair is, and this is not even what I do, it is somebody disputing the inaccurate information on your credit. Because just like everything else, credit has discrepancies, right? It's humans. So it's humans working, it's humans reporting things. So they may put something on your credit that isn't yours. It may be 55 Tony D's in Jacksonville, Florida.
Right.
And Tony D across the street from you repoed a car, but now it's on your credit. So that's what credit repair is supposed to do. You're hiring help to get inaccurate information off of your credit. So when you hire me, I'm going to look for inaccurate information. I'm going to try to dispute as much inaccurate information as I can. But guess what? If that information comes back valid, I've done my job. Now, a lot of times what people do as well, when people see it come back, is they're going to go ahead and remove it from your credit. While we investigate, let's take this off Tony D's credit, because we don't know if this is his. He's saying it's not. We're going to take it off. Give him some grace. But while we investigate, it's going to be off. Guess what? When it comes back that this is your debt, we're going to put it back on. So that's what people see. When they say, okay, I hired a credit company, they got everything removed, it's because they disputed the things on your behalf. But after they disputed it, the company companies investigated and said, hey, this is you signed this car note. We got your ID, we got your social, we got proof, and you was paying the car note for the first 6 months. So this is you've admitted that this is your debt.
Right.
But whatever happened, you ran from it, and now you want to delete it. The world doesn't work like that, especially in 2022. Now, before credit was a huge thing, excuse me, you look on the internet now, and everybody talking about credit. Every other post, credit is one of the hottest topics in 2022.
It is.
In 1992, wasn't nobody talking about credit. So you could probably go get a car and send a letter off and it gets deleted. 10 years ago, you probably could do it. Right now, the internet that we're on, everybody else is on too.
Right.
So if I make a post and it goes viral that says, hey, if you call this number, they're going to delete everything off your credit. By the time the 1,000th person calls that number, somebody going to catch on and say, you know what, we need to put something in place to stop this.
Right.
Because everybody's just getting away with getting this off their credit.
Right.
So that's kind of where credit is now. It's hard to get things deleted because the credit bureaus know that everybody's in this new age of credit repair and things like that. So we're going to put stuff in place to stop it, because you will not cause this economy. You will not go get a car with a mindset thinking, you know what, at the end of the day, if I don't want to pay this car note, I'm not going to pay it. I'm just going to hire this crazy lady named Jay White. She going to get it deleted, and I'm going to go get another car.
Come on, man. They don't work like that.
And what if you had a car lot? You would hate me if I was able to do that.
That's real talk.
Because I'm causing you a loss. You're trying to feed your family off your business, and you got all these people coming to buy cars with no payments coming in.
Right.
Excuse me. So it's just stuff like that that's a huge misconception on credit repair. So when you pay me, you're not paying me to delete things off your credit.
But you paying you to investigate.
You're paying me to investigate, but not even that. That's other credit companies. I don't even care about that. I do all that for free.
Oh, okay.
You're paying me for my action plan to teach you how I rebuilt my credit. So people don't know that credit is about building relationships.
Right.
So let's talk about me and you, because me and you had a credit relationship.
Right.
I got you to trust me. I came to support your show. I didn't know you.
Right.
So now we have a relationship where I supported you. You're going to support me.
Real talk.
Banks are the same way. Hey, I go get that loan. We're going to build a relationship. Okay, she paid that loan back. Now she needs a bigger loan. I'm going to trust her to get a bigger loan. I'm going to give her even more money because we're building that relationship. It's just like you and I. If you call me tomorrow and say, hey, JY, I need $1,000. Okay, I give you the $1,000. You pay me back $1,100.
Yeah,
You good in my book.
Right.
You call me next week, JY, I need $2,000. You give me back $2,100. Next week, I need $3,000. You give me back $3,100. It's not going to be anything you can't get from me as long as I got it.
And I'm consistent.
Now, you go with the first $1,000 and you don't pay me back. You think you're going to be able to call me next week and say, JY, I need $2,000?
No.
Credit is the same way. You're building relationships with the people who have money, which are the banks, and you be honest on that relationship.
Real talk.
So that is what I teach my clients, and it's just about education. Credit is just like playing chess. If you and me sit up here and play chess, and I know how to play, and you don't, who gonna win?
You.
Me, because I know how to play. It don't make chess bad. Credit is the same way. We got a whole community of black people that think that all credit is about is getting stuff deleted.
Yeah.
You don't even understand credit to get the first house, to get the first nice car loan with no money down and a 2% interest rate, to get a $20,000 credit card. You have to understand credit in order to get these things. And credit is also to separate the haves from the have-nots. It's people that come in and say, well, I don't want to learn this. I want you to do it all. You're never going to rise up because you won't even put in forth the effort to learn.
To learn, yeah.
So it's a system that they created not to discriminate, but it still keeps those who they don't want in that elite status. It keeps them out of it.
Right.
Because it says, hey, we're going to judge you off this 3-digit score alone. That if you're smart, you're going to get that score as high as you can. You're going to do whatever you have to do to get that score high. If you're not going to care about it. Are you going to misuse it where the score is lower and lower and lower? So now they know. Right. They have things in place. If you don't even have this minimum score, we're going to automatically decline you. You don't even have a dog in a fight because you don't even meet this threshold.
Right.
Now, once you meet this threshold, we can determine, are we going to give you a $100K to go buy that house, $200K, $500,000, or $1 million to go purchase that home. So that's what credit is. That's what I try to get people to see. that's what my company is about. It's about education.
Right.
It's just like college.
Right.
We can pay to go to college all day long. Me paying them does not guarantee me a degree. I got to do the work. I got to go to class. I got to study. I got to, sign up for the things and the prerequisites that these people tell me that I need in order to get that degree.
Correct.
My credit company is the same way. You can pay me all day long, but if you do not do the work, it's on you.
Yeah, how you figure you can, you don't feel like you don't supposed to do none of the work? I hear people saying, I'm just going to wait on God. What?
Well, they're going to be waiting.
So you mean to tell me you sat on the sofa all this time, ain't get a job, and your word was, I'm just going to wait on God, but you didn't get up and try to look for a job? You didn't even try to, get out there and, put effort in it? You
and
just
it's
want
so sad.
It's sad.
That's a lot of people's mindset, and it's hurtful. Like, I used to cry, and I had to toughen up. I'm like, I can't care more about your credit than you do.
Right.
So when I just started becoming numb to it. Like, if you're not gonna do the work, I have zero sympathy for you.
Right.
It goes far beyond paying, because anybody can come up with the money to pay for something.
Right.
And that's why I had to start putting things in place. Like, if you don't meet this threshold, if you can't answer yes, and yes to these questions, you're not even ready to pay me.
Right.
So that's where we at with it now. I am gearing more towards kids. I'm realizing that it's easier to catch those babies. Their minds aren't as, set in stone yet of what they're not going to do. And if we can get them excited about credit early, then they won't even go through the phase of needing credit repair, because their credit will always be good.
Right. That's one thing that when my son was in school, he was going to Reebok at the time. And, Reebok don't really have that much going on. And the one thing that I learned that the one thing that I saw that they was doing, and that was trying to teach kids on how to open up a bank account, learning how to go and get money from the bank and stuff. That's one of the things that I seen that Reebok was doing. I don't know if they do that now, and because I transferred him to Atlantic Coast because he wanted to be an actor, and
that's a good school.
It's a really good school, and they had those kind of outlets. If you wanted to, be a film, behind the scenes, whatever the case may be, they had that there. Theater, drama and stuff like that. They had it at Atlantic Coast. So I transferred him out. I moved out there in the Nocatee area so I can keep him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you do got two good jobs.
Yeah, you feel me? And then my wife does really, really well. So,
nice.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I had to, just to get him where he can learn, early, so, but nevertheless, I just love everything that you're doing. So, what about the car thing? How did that work? Like you said, I heard you say that you got a business about renting cars or something.
Yes. Like so a few years ago, I had a lot of cars, and I was still working 2 jobs, so I had kind of like ran my credit up. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna never ever let my credit get bad again. So what can I do to ensure that I always had the money to pay for all these cars? So I was like, okay, well, I can only drive one car at a time, and I'm really only in love with one. I was just, not used to stuff. So I was like, I'm going to get somebody to rent it out. And I used to do like $30 a day. And I'm like, shoot, $30 that'll pay for the car note, the insurance, and the car that I'm driving. And so I just tried it, and it stayed booked. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get me some more cars and some more cars. And if I get enough cars, that'll pay my rent. I had rent at the time. And so it kind of just trickled from there. And it was like a domino effect. And then a lot of people would ask me, well, how did you get into the rental car business? I started charging to tell people how to do that. And so then that became another stream. And I always used to study how to be an infopreneur. So that's kind of what I am. I'm more of an infopreneur. And what that is so an entrepreneur will go out, get some apples off the apple tree, and crush the apples up and make apple juice. So let's say they got the apples off the apple tree for free, but they're going to sell the apple juice for $2 a cup. That's an entrepreneur. An infopreneur is going to say, hey, I'm going to tell you how to go out there and get some apples off the tree and crush the apples up, and you sell the apple juice. So I started doing that. I love doing that. I love teaching. I used to be a trainer when I worked at Department of Children and Families too. I was a trainer for a little while. I was a supervisor for a little while.
Right.
So just taking those skills from corporate America and using them in my entrepreneurship journey has been a blessing as well. So that's what I do. Well, another thing that I do, I teach people how to do everything that I've done for two reasons. Number one, that's my way of giving back. That's my way of making sure that everybody around me is successful who wants to be. And then also that I know that they're doing it right. They're doing it the legal way. They're doing it the honest way. And they're doing it, to me, the most lucrative way. And they're learning from somebody who's actually done it and done it successfully and made money.
Right. So on another note, the fact that you are so successful, and I know a lot of people, years ago I went to Vegas to stay for 8 days. I almost signed to Floyd Mayweather a long time ago, and I got a chance. Yeah, a long time ago. I was gonna be the first comedian on his label with him and 50 Cent was together. It was cool, and I got a chance to see how Floyd moved. Nice. And Floyd is, and I used to defend Floyd so much because of the fact I saw.
You got to meet him.
I got a chance.
You got to be in his presence and feel his spirit.
Right, and I got a chance to see how he became who he became. And what a lot of people don't know, and I tell people this all the time, Floyd, he painted a picture. He wanted you to believe that he was this arrogant person, that I just get money and I blow money. He wanted you to believe that. Floyd doesn't do that. He invests his money really, really well. Not only that, he rents one of them big old trucks, and he has his chef cook gourmet meals. Wow. And he goes out and feed the homeless.
And gives it away.
And give it to homeless.
Wow.
And when he goes,
they don't talk about that.
No, because he said cut the cameras off.
Wow.
I want people to see me doing all this so you can pray for my downfall.
But people wouldn't even respect that though if he showed it.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy.
Yeah.
When I first started my entrepreneurship journey, because you think and you see stuff. And a lot of people don't know this about me. I'm a real sensitive person. Like, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Hey, man, I do too.
So I was like, what's your sign? You're Gemini?
Aries.
Okay. I'm a Gemini.
1st of April.
But I used to say, man, I don't never want nobody to think that I'll hurt them or that I'll get their money and not want them to actually have their credit fixed. So I'm going to just post results all day. And my results will outweigh and my receipts will outweigh any negative thing somebody had to say. And it's just simply not true. And I had to learn that people are going to believe whatever they want to believe about you. That's just like right now, if I believe that you a cheater, and God forbid, I'm not speaking that on you, but it's going to be nothing that you're going to be able to say to convince me that you're not. I've already made that in my head that you a cheater. Yeah. And I'm going to believe that to the day I die.
That's sad.
So it's sad, but it's the reality. And like I say, I try to be a very logical person. It's the reality of people. It's just like when you watch a TV show, you have those characters that you just don't like. I don't know why, man. I watch Power all the time. I don't like Holly. I just don't like it. Then you got people that love her.
Right.
So it's the same thing with us. We humans, and you're going to have people that no matter what you do, they don't like it. They're going to try to find a reason. Oh, she only got this because. She only successful because. The reason it's her and not me is because. Yeah. So I just had to learn, and we got to learn how to live with it. But also, nobody respects the struggle. When you're struggling, people don't respect that.
No, they don't.
That's all people really want to see is success, and they either gonna hate it or they gonna love it. So I love that analogy that you just gave with Floyd Mayweather, because I didn't even know stuff like that about him. Yeah. I just know he's very rich, but even if he wanted to brag all day, he worked hard to do that, and that's what people don't understand. Like, if you wasn't with me when I was sleeping in my car, don't tell me how to act. Now that I got $1.
Come on, man.
Now that I ain't killed myself back when my son died.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
So don't tell me how to act. Now that I made it up out of that, you know what I'm saying? So it's just that, like, nobody respects your struggle, and like people don't even know. I was on Facebook when all that was going on. I was crying out. Yeah, on my son's funeral today, it get 5 likes. You get 5, we sorry for your condolences. What? But you post something cocky or something controversial or something negative.
I had no idea.
Yeah, because I don't talk about it, because that's another thing. I never want nobody to feel sorry for me. It's a lot of stuff that I go through. Like, people don't know when you invest. Like, people think that every day in business is good. I might wake up in the morning and lose 100K. You know, but you just keep going, keep grinding, and then I might make 250K the next day. So, I mean, it's just life. When you learn that, okay, this all a part of it, that's how you defeat it. That's how you constantly win. And say, okay, whatever I go through, it's just temporary.
Right.
Because tomorrow, my next blessing right around the corner.
Dang.
My next person, I'm going to change their life right around the corner. The next person to change my life is right around the corner. So that's what keeps me going.
Right. So how do you cope with like relationships and stuff like that? What if, because I know with my wife, I have to give her a little credit. I ain't lying, because Jacksonville women, they would not, I am not lying. I'm saying this from real, because this is real. They would not take a man like myself in the beginning, but nobody knew that my grandmama was ill, that I had to cut back on jobs. I had to take care of my grandmama for real.
Look at you now.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Now, where you at right now?
Right now. And the thing is, when I met her, you know, I had a car that was really, it broke down on our first date. And when the car broke down, I told her, we were supposed to be going to the movies. And so she was like, when I told her that my car broke down at the job. And I say, well, we ain't gonna be able to make it to the movies, you know, today. And she was like, oh, okay, it's all good. We good. And she say, well, what time you going on break? I was like, probably 7 o'clock or so. And she was like, all right, I'll just come see you.
Oh.
And so she came. Real one. Yeah, so she came to my job, and she don't drive. You know what I'm saying? She don't drive because she had a bad accident years ago. She's from New Jersey. And so she let me get her mom car. Her mom allowed her to let me hold her car. And I'm like, hold up, man. That was kind of strange. But nevertheless, she let me hold her car, her mom's car, until I got my car fixed. Now, the flip side of it, she gave me the money to get it fixed.
Dang, she a real one.
I only knew her for a week, probably 2 weeks. She a real one.
And now she your wife.
Now you
taking care of her.
Right. And, well, we take care of each other. Not yet. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was crazy because I married her in 6 months.
Dang, that's what's up. How long y'all been married now?
Been married now 7 years, going on 8.
Congratulations, man. You know? See, that's the kind of stuff people need to know. Like, we got black men out here getting it the completely legal way. That's with a woman who was with him when he, you know,
that's what I'm saying.
Just beginning.
And I know for a fact, you know, because, you know, back in the days, I used to hear, and that's why I bring them to the stage now with this kind of stuff. You know, men will tell you you know, they helping their mom. They moved in to help their mom out or their grandmama or whatever. But in truly, you just live with them.
But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even the type of woman, like when I'm in a relationship, I love you for you.
Right.
Like you can live with your mama. I'm gonna still, if I mess with you, I'm gonna mess with you. What I have is nothing, because like I say, I remember when I ain't had nothing, and I know that wasn't who I was. Right, you know, that was just a situation that I was in. Yeah. But I knew I wasn't gonna be homeless forever. I knew I wasn't nothing behind a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I never try to judge people on there now, especially when I date men. And it's a gift and a curse, right? Because a lot of people don't have good intentions. You know, I have definitely, especially in this entrepreneurship journey, when you know your face everywhere and you have a brand and you have an image to protect and you bring people on to your platform, you could lose a lot in the name of love. And then you have people that don't even appreciate that. Like, hey, I'm bringing you, you know, not saying that I'm doing anything for you. Right. But at the same time,
get on your grind.
Not even get on your grind, but just respect me to the point that I respect you. Yeah. And that I'm loving you regardless of the noise. And that's for anybody that I'm in any kind of relationship with, whether it's business, personal, you know, whatever. But I was watching the Diddy and
the new girl, the
and
city
Carisha,
girl.
Young Miami interview.
Yeah.
I love what he said, and I feel like I relate to him. Like he said, if I'm with you, we're going to have fun.
Yeah.
We're going to have a good time. I'm going to try to elevate you as much as I can because I ain't no crab.
Right.
And I'm going to elevate you to the point where, hey, even if we not together, that's yours. Whatever knowledge and whatever you can gain while you with me, I ain't trying to keep nobody around me stagnant.
Right.
So if you with me and you feel like, hey, I'm going to come up while I'm with her, by all means, King, come up. Because I'm still going to get mine.
Right.
So.
Now, some women would take that, you know what I mean, that Diddy said, and take it for a situation where they fall heavily in love. Now, he already done told you plain and simple, it is what it is. Okay? We cool.
Well,
we're not in a relationship.
Women, we emotional creatures, and we love most of women.
Right.
Because you got Lori Harvey too.
Yeah.
So it sounds like he need to be dating Lori Harvey.
Listen, man. Yeah, that's real.
But I also feel like you can tell people that, but your actions could say another thing. Because I heard that he said he took her to church.
Right.
To her, that was a sign of love. Because what man before you took me to church?
Right.
You made me number one on your station.
Right.
On your, you made me number one on your TV station. Not even on your TV show. You gave me my own show. On your station. So it's gonna be hard not to make me fall in love with you. Because
she already in love from the talks.
Spending time.
Yep, spending time.
You putting more money in my pockets. I already didn't come to you broke, but you gonna make sure that I'm good.
Good.
I just know for a woman like me, like I'm gonna be head over heels.
See what I'm saying?
My heart on the line, and we may get our heart broken.
Facts.
But that's what people don't understand either. That's in the name of love. It's gonna happen. You can't walk out here and be scared not to love.
Even when you, not to cut you off, but even when you done made it plain and clear.
Because even though he's, like I said, his actions are misleading, because you could have kept me in the blind. And you got to think about that too. He has been very public, and he's been moving a little different with her.
Yeah.
So you making it plain, but you not either, because your words and your actions not aligning. And that's what people have to realize too. Your words could be screaming one thing and your actions could be screaming another. And as a woman, we like, oh, damn, which one we trust? Which one do we look at? We know he's saying this, but he's doing this. And sometimes it be the opposite. A man say they love you and we run with that, but his actions are showing he hates you. So it's just, as humans, she know what she wants.
Right.
So she is also making that clear, which we can't blame her for that, because she's also saying, hey, right now, I don't care if tomorrow we don't go together. Right now, we go together real bad.
Yeah, we go to bed.
So I respect her for that, because she didn't just go with the flow. She let him know what she wanted. And he obliged, though.
Yeah.
He said, okay, then, whatever you want, baby.
Yeah.
So
you already know that did it. He take that. You know, else. But, you know.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I love.
Yeah, I do too, man. Be loved. I think everybody want to be loved, man.
No,
but,
not everybody.
Well, you're right. Yeah, you're right too. Yeah, but just us. I guess we at a place in our life where that's what we want. We want success and love.
I want loyalty, man.
God, man, you hit it on the nose.
I want loyalty.
Got it. Yeah.
Especially as a woman, I feel like it's so many women out here. But in 2022, like I feel like, you know, men dating women for their body, women dating men for their pockets, you know. And I feel like that's the thing that everybody out here looking for, but it's hard to find, is love. So I feel like when you get somebody and y'all got love, and we can work everything else out if we have love. So, and you know, in loyalty, you ain't gonna stab me in my back, and I damn sure ain't gonna stab you in yours.
Right.
So, that's what's important to me at this stage right now. We talk about building any kind of relationship, personal, business, but you know, people ain't real out here.
Yeah, they ain't real. God, dog. Well, you know, sorry, y'all. You know, our interview is coming to an end. Janay, it's been an honor, a pleasure to interviewing you.
Thank you. It's been an honor being invited. Yeah. Listen, I was in North Carolina this weekend.
Oh, for real?
I got on the road at 2:00 this morning to make sure that I was here, and I was here on time. So that's why I've been yawning a little bit. I'm tired. I've been driving.
I appreciate it.
So I'm happy to be here. I was gonna make sure that I was not gonna miss it.
I know that's right. I appreciate it so much, because I know you is busy, and you man, you out of control with it. So I really do appreciate this, and you helped me like never before.
Thank you.
You know, that's what this podcast is all about. Is about growth. about growth, and I'm trying to get syndicated, and I just want to try to do major things and try to, just help people in the world that's trying to do what we doing and don't know how, and and they just give up. You know what I mean? So I am so appreciative that you being here today.
Thank you. I'm appreciative of being invited. Thank you for giving me a voice. A lot of people forget that we all humans.
Right.
At the end of the day, they confuse you when they see you on the internet, and they think that's all you do. It's just, she just type. She's not a real person with real feelings and real thoughts and real actions.
Right.
So it's good to be able to come on your platform and, talk about things, and people get to vocalize and see who you are.
Right. Okay, so we thank you so much, and I want to give a shout out to my co-host Fire Red for, not making it today. He wanted to be here, but he kind of was feeling under the weather and stuff like that. So we just pray for his recovery and whatever he's going through. We just pray for him. That's my cousin, real cousin, co-host. I love him with everything. So
yes,
shout out to Fire for that. So
shout out to Fire Red.
You know what I mean?
Get well soon.
Get well soon, man. And we love you, man. This is a wrap. Janay White, and I'm Tony D, the best kept secret. Holla.